That's right, guys. Welcome to my new, just sort of in-between playthrough.
I fell into the fissure,
and boy, is the audio loud.
As I planned.
Should probably do something about that.
I continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse.
I'm loving the graphics so far.
I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile.
We have a very detailed linking book in
questions
this
about
game.
whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed.
I remember that
so
line.
I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Alright, so now we are just in some random starry abyss here with what appears to be the Myst book. Okay, that's right, guys. We are going to be doing, well, not exactly the original Myst. We're going to be doing the Masterpiece edition of realMyst, which came out, I would say, 2014. I don't know the precise date, but it was fairly recent. They just did a rather enhanced remake of the enhanced version of Myst. So yeah, there we go. As you can probably tell, the textures look completely different from the old 8-bit graphics card. So anyway, without further ado, let's place our hand on the page here. So yes, my history with this game, oh boy, is it a long one. So back in 1997, when I was about, when I was a wee lad, I actually got the Windows 95 as a surprise. I got just this wonderful computer with the Windows 95 that only came with maybe 2 kilobytes. Yeah, I mean, no, it's not an exaggeration. It's about maybe 2 kilobytes of RAM. Yeah, boy, was it so bad. Even though, just looking back on it, Windows 95 just seems like just kind of a nostalgic piece of something that's long gone. But anyway, so now we can choose between Classic Myst and Free Roam here. So I can explore like the original Myst, which I could do, but with Free Roam, it's just basically a lot more interactive. So that's what I have been doing in my last run of this. So yeah, this isn't exactly a blind run. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. But yeah, I got the Windows 95 when I was in kindergarten. I was about 6 years old, and I had many games that came with it, including Encarta, 3D Movie Maker, which was really fun. And yeah, this is a really neat cauldron. Cinemania, which was basically just kind of a movie encyclopedia. I had Microsoft Golf, which was really fun. Yeah, we can't really do anything about that this minute, but we do have what appears to be some sort of a control panel. Yep, the Dimensional Imager. So I'm guessing that's the name of that cauldron that we're just kind of messing with. That didn't quite work. Let's look at it again. So yeah, 40, 47, and 67. So 40, apparently if we enter the number 40, it brings together a topographical extrusion test. 47 does a marker switch diagram, and before I do anything else, this is actually kind of loud, so let me adjust the volume here a little bit, so then you can hear my voice over this. So anyway, water turbulent pool, 67, okay. And yeah, that was set to 67 already by default. So let's go hit 40. Interesting little gadget. But yeah, those were basically all the games that came with the 95, and that looks really good. before I lose my train of thought, my dad decided to buy a few more games to the library, and one of them was Math Blaster. The other one was this game, but not this version, you know, not this version, mind you, but the original Myst. And this was the Myst that came with the Windows, well, I mean, that was released for Windows a year or so ago. Myst was already out for the Mac, and I would say the Windows version of Myst came out in '96, I think, I don't remember, but the Apple one, which was, I mean, this was originally designed for Mac, so, and this was actually designed on Mac, on Macintosh, so, and that was released back in '93, which is the reason why I'm doing this 25 years later to mark the 25th anniversary of this game, which I had a long attachment for, because I used to really love exploring here. I'd have help from my dad, of course, because I back then sucked at puzzles, and this game is very, very puzzle heavy. And when I mean very puzzle heavy. So you can definitely get lost if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't know what's going on, then you might as well just be hanging from a tree or something. Just hanging from a tree like a gorilla, like maybe Donkey Kong. Okay, so, hey, we have a note. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forward chamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. All in cursive. Neat looking font. So I guess we will mark all the number of marker switches on the island, because evidently I think that was a clue. That's 2, I do believe. Here's the library, which is kind of referenced in a few works of media, including The Simpsons, because I do believe this was in Treehouse of Horror 7. It was in Treehouse of Horror 7. No, excuse me, it was in Treehouse of Horror 6. It was, yeah, it was, the part where Homer just falls into a very weird dimension, and, he comes across this library that resembles a great deal like the Myst library. And here's marker switch number 4. There's 5, and there is a random bird fluttering in the distance. And it makes me want to become a teetotaler. And there is a clock tower, and that looks to be 7. That's 7 there. Can we find an 8th? Can we by chance find an 8th, my game musicians? I guess we'll find out. But anyway, I'm just taking a break from Paper Mario to do this and the sequel, Riven, which still works fine on Windows 10, so yeah, there we go, we have number 8. The other one was across the water there, so we can't swim. We can't swim just yet. And we'll be exploring the library in all due time, but right now let's go back to that passageway, the forechamber, as Atris wrote in his little letter there. And let's just go down the rocks, why don't we, and not fall or anything. It feels like we're in some sort of utopia. It's like we can never get hurt. And it turns out that we are already living in that sort of world, and it's called point and click. Because this was originally a point and click game. It still is, except this one is a lot more interactive. And a lot more detailed, and not having to deal with just a whole bunch of pre-rendered HyperCard images. Okay, so anyway, let's enter the number of switches that are on the island. So that would be 8. Will that activate anything? Oh, whoa, whoa. That was interesting. So, anyway, exposition, I'm guessing. Yep, here's Atreus, I guess.
My love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine is one of our sons. I suspect Agonar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Geez, Atreus, come on. It's not as if your wife has short-term memory loss. I mean, come on. Surely she must know the SS keys. But, of course, I think he's just directing at the player. I mean, he's actually kind of talking to us that he's in trouble, and so we have to find the, quote, access keys to the Tower of Rotation, which I'm assuming is up this hill right here. Let me see. Yeah, it looks rather cylindrical there. Look at that. So I guess first things first, since we need some sort of a lead-in to what's been taking place, we should probably start at the library, because all answers lead to a library. And I think you should still support your local one. Here's all the books here, and as you can probably tell, they are all burned. Well, I mean, not all of them, but you can see most of them are just all completely blackened. It's like someone was just really reckless and just committed arson everywhere here. It's kind of amazing that they saved all these books, Cirrus or Agonar. Yeah, these are all books that are really helpful if you ever stumble across this game and, you know, ever want any sort of hints as to learning more about the ages. Just go through these books. And this one's about Rostar, which was formerly an age until this book got burned. But it's amazing how these books were saved, and that Cirrus and Agonar just didn't have a chance to burn the whole library down. I mean, they could have just burned the library down, because if it was of such sentimental value to Atreus, I mean, why not just do that? And we have a lit up map. We have 2 books here. We have 2 paintings. I don't know why they're here. This is not an art gallery of any sort. But from what it looks like, we have loose pages everywhere. So let's just put you in here. Weird sound. And do we have... Yep, we have static!
Who are you?
I know the dialect by heart, guys.
Bring me a red.
No, why should I?
I can't see.
I'm sorry they need eyeglasses.
Bring.
Vibrating here and there.
I am serious.
Oh, there's Cirrus.
Give it up. There is one thing I need to rescue.
Okay, so that was completely unintelligible, except that he did reveal that his name was Cirrus, and it sounded like he was kind of talking from deep underwater. Now for this book, which I'm assuming to be Agonar's book, because it's blue, and because blue is bad. No, it's not serious, you idiot. You can probably tell this is gonna be fun.
See you.
Please.
You know.
Ah.
Help me. Bring me blue pages.
Blue pages.
Never, never.
Ever, never.
Pages.
Complete this, Staticky.
I must have the blue page.
Why are you really that desperate? Why must you have color-coded pages like those? And once again, he was just as unintelligible as Cirrus, but yeah, you can probably tell that that is definitely Akinar in the flesh. And you obviously can tell that I love making fun of Akinar's voice, because he is just one of those people who I just really love making fun of. One of those people they just really love to hate, so to speak. Now let's mess with these two paintings. Or rather, let's actually mess with the map first. Alrighty, let's take a look. So we have a spaceship, which was lit. We have a planet... I'm guessing these are all... Actually, no, I'm not guessing, because I know, but these are all actually... These are all activated from the marker switches. So as you can probably tell, the clock tower is not activated yet, because I didn't fling up the marker switch for that, because I can't swim. But as for everything else on the island, which is all landlocked, these are all lit up, so we can actually click on this hookshot target to just kind of scan through and see where we can actually point towards. So let's try the spaceship first, because space is cool. And something moved, no doubt. But remember when Nature said about if he forgot the SS keys, remember the Tower of Rotation? Well, maybe the Tower of Rotation is probably closer than what you think. I remember in the original version it used to make a louder sound. Whenever you messed up, it makes an sound. Well then, let's just press this in. Wow, a transmorgified painting, huh? Oh, a secret passageway, haha. Yeah, I mean, the plot thickens now. You can say that there is a mystery on Myst, because it is so mysterious. Mysterium. And an elevator of some sort. I see. So, I guess without further ado, let's just go... What? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that'll bring me to... I'll be surprised. I'm just gonna look the other way here. You know, I don't think I saw that before. I don't think I saw that light before. That's pretty cool. Like everything else on this island, so far. So, that is a book of some sort. That's a book insignia. So, let's just kind of explore around what I'm guessing to be the tower. Okay, that's something. It has a key insignia. And I don't see anything out there. That's a bit weird. I don't know if I forgot something. I don't think I did. Yeah, I mean, that's the insignia, but... Question is... Okay, here we go. 59 volts, so remember that. Remember that clue, because that may prove to be quite useful for wherever we're supposed to go. But... Is the spaceship, by chance, electrical? Does it run on voltage power? Maybe that maybe that plant near the library might lead to some clues as to what we need to do here. Well, maybe anyway. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be doing it at all in this episode, but it certainly brings out some exposition that we've already uncovered here, so I think I'm just going to end it right here and probably just consider this to be the exposition episode, because we have basically revealed a whole lot of exposition. Yep, there we go. It's now a bookshelf again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Mist Island. It's so nice to visit this place once again. Note these symbols later on. But yeah, anyway, that'll be it for episode 1, guys. So I guess next time on realMyst Masterpiece Edition, we will be exploring this place, which looks like an underground plant. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you guys will, stay tuned to my own perspective of Myst, because I basically have my own perspective of how things work. But yeah, anyway, please leave a like or comment, and if you want to see a lot more of these episodes down the road, if you want me to see me just complete all these ages, then please hit that notification bell down below. It really means a lot to me, guys. So until then, I will be staring at this clock tower ad infinitum.